Alright, we're back with one more game today. This is TTAC14 Quarterfinals between Slash and Piggy. One thing I was interested to see was whether people changed hands, as I think you should be want to do in a rule set that can be random. Now, Piggy's hand is pretty similar to his previous, and I think that's fairly high risk, and it's good for him that he got open. Another issue, though, I see is the hand is really side to side. And if you're Slash, maybe that means you just start in 2 or 8 and just direct the game up down and just say your hand is not built for this. I think that's defensible. Probably not 2, even though 6, 1, 8, 7, and 2 looks like a supported starter. The 7, 5, 6, 5 probably sufficiently discourages that. But it feels to me like there should be some way to do it. And I'm not seeing that way, so maybe ignore me. But feels like with those 8s down, you just drop something in 8, and you can, take anything that lands in 7 or 9. You do an aggressive side starter. You make the game up down, where Piggy's cards will not play that well. And you just say, okay, I'm gonna make the game tough for you. Maybe use the 5, 4, 7, 6. That's a card that probably is kind of redundant value in the hand. 5, 4, 7, 6, and 8 kind of appeals to me. Importantly, you have 2, 8, 7, 6, and 1 covered. There's not some big corner you're conceding. Alright, Slash goes for 5 again. Slash is clearly into these 5 starters, but I'm starting to think there were ways to direct this. That might be a curious thing to check with the solver afterwards. If side starters not usually that great, but they can be tricky. And I think when you see a hand that speaks to you side to side, you can think, okay, how to punish. Now, if you're Piggy, I know Silver Dragon's going to be so good, but I'm really thinking directionally. I'm going to get back to a concept I didn't talk about the last game. Now, you could just play some big setup here, right? One of the 4, 7, 5, 6s and 1 or 3 sets up the other quite nicely. Little hard to have 4 or 6, but you could do something that just plays the cards off each other well. But I might think about going in 4 or 6. So yeah, one of the things I was thinking after that you can do without a solver or any aid is just think after an open game, who did better at directing the game towards the cards that would play well, and who was ahead, because oftentimes those will be similar, right? Those will be the same. So, trying to see the right way to do this. And actually, Piggy's lack of up makes it tricky, because he doesn't have corners for 3 or 7, basically. And 2 corners missing means it's hard to do a lot of things. Alright, he does go in 6. Cool. Alright. This is the kind of move I wanted to see here. I hadn't really figured out how I wanted to do it, but this is the kind of move I wanted to see. Now, it is tricky, because how do you meet 6, 1, 8, 7, and 3? Now, that one you combo. Sorry, how do you meet 3, 6, 8, 5, and 3? Because you don't have 9. They don't have 9, but you don't have 9. They have last turn. If Slash plays 3, 6, 8, 5, and 3, you're probably taking it with 4, 7, 5, 6. Does Slash have a way to build out? Not really, actually. Not really. You wish you had 4, 7, 5, 6 still in your hand, not 4, 6, 5, 7. Because if Slash does capture in 1, you probably have to combo back with 7, 6, 2, 8, and 4, and now you don't control 9 at all anymore. And 4, 7, 5, 6 is a backup way to control Silver Dragon in 9. And I think Piggy has a real threat. Oh, a couple ways. But 4, 6, 5, 7, and 9 looks like a threat to me. It is safe, and Slash has ways to take in 3, but like it looks like you're probably not losing if you can get that move to land against a normal reply. It's all slightly uncomfortable. That's why I wasn't finding a move I liked in 4 or 6, but also I like playing in 4 or 6. I think that makes a lot of sense here. So I guess we'll see how it goes. Great commentary, right? We'll see how it goes. You know, really, really useful, informative stuff. Slash is also a little, yeah, just a little squishy right and left. Maybe up as well. But Piggy is squishy because all his cards do the same things. And so he's really reliant on 7, 6, 2, 8 to do stuff the other cards are not doing. Again, Slash clearly just does not run horizontals and verticals. Like he'd clearly just much rather double up on a corner with very similar values, chuck it in 5 at the start, and then play with 4 corners. And has just no interest in like 4 corners in a horizontal or vertical. He likes corners, and he's going to run 5 of them. Piggy, on the other hand, is running 2 corners this game. That feels like too low a corner count to me, and too many cards that do similar things. I would not be surprised if like most moves in 2 or 8 for Piggy were just losing on the spot. That like an up-down game is just going to be a loss. And of course he didn't go for that, but it's worrisome. Also, one reason we're so reliant on 7, 6, 2, 8, and I guess 4, 7, 5, 6 is like we have no recapture in 3 here if we're Piggy. That's difficult. Potentially, right? It really locks us into having to defend certain squares. But maybe, I mean, as I said, our threat maybe, or our plan may be to play 4, 6, 5, 7, and 9, in which case we, you know, remove that from the game. I haven't really thought about what Slash should do, aside just taking 3, which it looks like he's doing. He puts it down. He picks something else up. I get worried when I see this because it often means you decided you don't like one move and you rush another, but it can mean you were deciding between 2 moves you were close on. So now the game's very side to side. Now that Piggy Slash his up-down cards means he's likely to have like 1 capture in each spot as needed, but not necessarily more. Oh, 7, 6, 4, 8 is going to be so dominant on the bottom. I think 4, 6, 5, 7 in 9 is a bad move here. Maybe not. 6, 1, 8, 7 is pretty dead. Maybe not. Like, if we get a T, you know, we go 9 and then Slash plays 3, 6, 8, 5, and 3. Piggy plays 4, 7, 5, 6, and 2. That's safe. You know, it's 5, 5, and everything Piggy's played is safe. But he loses. He loses to 6, 1, 8, 7, and 1. This position's actually pretty dangerous. The side to side not looking that great. Am I right that that loses? I really think that loses. You go 9, it's 5, 5. They go 3, it's 6, 4. You take safely in 2, it's 5, 5. But you have no captures on the final turn and Silver Dragon sweeps you. Or your only capture is 7, 6, 2, 8, and 7, but Silver Dragon combos you back. Silver Dragon's going to take anything you play. Yeah, I don't think you can go 9 here, and that makes it... Piggy's hand's too redundant. The side to side has some power, but it also it just means his cards don't do unique enough things. He has no secondary options to capture. Slash has to control so little to have Piggy's hand under control. Huh. Okay. So I think you start in 3, not 9. 3 is a poor idea. Never said 3. Start with 4, 7. Sorry, never said 9. Start with 4, 7, 5, 6, and 3. That way slash, and this makes more sense. This is much more logical. That way slash A, you have the combo in 2. It is safe to slash, and you have 9 covered in a more effective way. All right, this probably isn't so bad. I think I got over concerned here. I think the best reply is likely 6, 1, 8, 7, and 7. It's probably the critical line. And then your whole hand is still swept on the bottom row. No, it's not. No, it's not. You have 4, 6, 5, 7 if you need it, and 9. And you have safety in 2. You know, you can find a use for 2, 8, 7, 6 there, actually. No, I think that should be okay. I think 4, 7, 5, 6, and 3 is the way to go. Because slash is a big right weakness now. So you do, I think, want to go in 3 or 9, but I think 9 is not good. But 3 makes more sense anyway, because you have 9 under control, and 9 you do not have 3 under control, so why would you start 9? I don't know why, that was my instinct. That was not great. Obviously it's fine to start on the wrong move, but I'm not sure. It was because I had 9 in my head from the previous turn, is where I was thinking of going next, but I should have had 3. I guess I also expected slash to block 3, so I was more focused on 9, but not good thinking. So, okay, Piggy does go 3. He uses 7, 6, 2, 8. Now, we have backup control with 4, 7, 5, 6 of 9. And we still have 2, 8, 7, 6 for 2. So this probably works just about the same. I think it's time for me to bring up the old Solverino. I think Piggy's held here, but I think this was also the most worrying game. I think his hand was not good. I think too redundant, too limited in directional power. I think this is the kind of game you're really glad to get away from with a tie and rethink what you're doing. Which is fine, you know, that happens. If you do get that tie, you should be pretty happy. So Slash is going to be thinking another couple minutes here. You should not play quickly here. So I think I will switch over for the moment to the solver, just to actually for once show what I'm seeing. 5 was the starter. I'm not going to spend too much time on that. I thought it was quite reasonable to go in 6. And oh, the solver is going to totally disagree with my analysis. Slash had 5 ties here. Was 3, 6, 8, 5, and 3 one of them? It was, and then Piggy has 2 ties. One of which was, I guess, okay. Slash instead went for 6, 7, 5, 4, and 4, which is losing. Okay, so my evaluation was just terrible this game. So bad. Piggy is winning in this position. Did Piggy find a win? Did I find a win? All right, well, I know the answers, but I do not want to spoil anything. There were... This position that you're seeing here is winning. And let's try to figure this out. I will say my move and Piggy's move have the same result. If it's a tie, they both tie. If it's a win, they both win. So I thought 6187 and 7 was the critical move, with Silver Dragon as a sweeper. But the problem there is 4657 lands in 9. And then slashes no captures, and then 2876 lands in 2. This really does punish a right direction weakness. Alright, I'm not good at holding stuff back. I'm overly honest in many ways. Slightly deceptive in some others, but in general, if I think something is the case, I like to say it, and I have trouble not saying it. So this is actually a win for Piggy, and I completely misevaluated this. Slash picked up 3685, which would have tied in 3. Then he went in 4. His right weakness is too severe. And I got worried for Piggy because I started in 9 rather than 3 and then didn't spend that much time in 3 and was already in the mindset of we have to find a tie. But both this and the move I was recommending in 3 are wins. They're the 2 winning moves. And Piggy will tie up the matchup, leaving us with open as the final set. I think this is a pretty insane win because I still think Piggy's hand was bad. And I also think, I think Piggy's hand was bad here. Don't know what else to say on that. Slash does go for 6, 1, 8, 7, and 7, which I thought was the most logical move. But I think directing the game left-right and then taking advantage of Slash using up a card strong to the right, Piggy wins a game with a hand that, again, I think was a bad hand. I was going to check. I won't flip you over to it again, but I wanted to check if just like chucking a card in 8 was a good starter. Because I thought just Piggy's hand is so side to side, and we really saw direction dominate here. That if Slash started with 5, 4, 7, 6, and 8 instead of 5, is that at all scary to Piggy? And the solver is aggressively telling me no. This is not remotely scary to Piggy. I just feel there must have been something. The hand is so side to side. But the solver thinks this is one of the worst starters it has ever seen my idea. So, I'll take that as a not great, Jake. Not great. Another starter idea, 6, 7, 5, 4, and 7. Is that any better? No, it just hates my ideas. Maybe Piggy's hand is just much better than I evaluated it as. Piggy taking advantage of his ability to combo in 2. So Slash has the double capture, makes it 6-4, but Piggy double captures back through the combo. I was assuming this would be done starting with 4, 6, 5, 7, and 9. Maybe that didn't work for some reason. I guess that worked too. I'll check. Lazy bum, not going to calculate. Tell me, O solver. 2 moves win. 4, 7, 5, 6, and 8. And 4, 6, 5, 7, and 9. Cool. Both winning ideas. Back to the start. It's gotta be something, right? I don't believe in Piggy's hand. I just don't believe in it. But 6, 7, 5, 4, and 7, the solver's just not impressed by at all. Yeah, maybe better than I thought. Man, did I misevaluate this game, though. Really well done by Piggy. Huge congrats. It's kind of, I always feel bad when I just get the direction of the game completely wrong. But also, hopefully it makes it exciting to watch. You know, oh no, so-and-so's in trouble. Wait, they won? There was a fun game between Piggyman and Turds for the finals of something, where I thought Piggyman was just winning against Turds, and I was using it as an example of here is a way to simply calculate positions like this that trivially shows that Piggyman is winning. And then Turds makes a move, and it turns out Turds is winning, and I was just completely wrong. That was a fun switcheroo. Notably, Turds did make a mistake the turn before. Okay. Um, oh, shame we missed the last few moves, but we can reconstruct. It must have been 3, 6, 8, 5, and 1, 2, 8, 7, 6, and 2, 7, 6, 4, 8, and 9. And I didn't record a few moves, so let's get those down. 7, 6, 2, 8, 3, 6, 1, 8, 7, 7. And I'm missing one. 4, 7, 5, 6, and 8. That would be the 7th 3. Okay, 4, 6, 5, 7 remaining. And Piggy wins this. Man, I think this is a huge result for Piggy in so many ways. One, again, I didn't like his hand, though I did like his way to make the game side to side. Two, he used a very similar hand to the previous game that may have been really exploitable if this had come up closed. I think this could have been a really dangerous spot for him using such similar cards. And yet, he gets out of it with a win, tying the match, and they will continue, I think, tomorrow in the Open. And this is a cool match. It's always nice when it's 1-1 going into a deciding game. Yeah, and I will say this: I like Slash a lot, but Piggy is an Avalanche member. I talked to Piggy more. I am rooting for Piggyman. That was probably clear throughout. Um, but also, Piggyman is the one who hopefully will talk through these games with us soon. And I don't know. He's the only person I've talked about games with over actual phone calls. So that would be fun to do again. And it would be fun to get Piggy going the whole way and giving reactions throughout. So obviously rooting for that to happen. On the other hand, if Slash wins, Slash is great, and I would happily root for Slash doing well as well. But yeah, fun games. Surprised by the result on this one. I think making the game side to side was really smart, but it just didn't feel like the hand could support it. But Slash ran out of rightward power using his level 5s early, but one of his level 5s turned out to be really critical to the hand, and Piggy did a nice job of making it side to side. Alright, see you next time.